All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome. How is everyone today? Today is Tuesday, September 25th, 2018. I am Darkside Phil, and I welcome you all to my first of two gameplay streams for today. What's up, what's up? How's everyone? Good to see many of you in stream chat. Good to see people excited for a new day of streaming fun. And today we're going to start off with the return of Dragon Quest. That's right, Dragon Quest 11. So we're going to have a fun, chill stream. As you guys know, Dragon Quest turn-based combat. So definitely not something that needs a ton of active responses. There's no quick time events. There's no knee-jerking, reactionary gameplay that's needed. It's more of just a chill, laid-back thing. So more than likely, it's going to have lots of opportunity for me to be chatting with you guys and just kind of chilling and hanging out. And that's a good thing. 4+ hours of chill stream. Trust me, after yesterday, between the nonsensical drama that we had in the stream chat, between the crazy gameplay and rage of the conclusion of Max Payne, and then the Sagat gameplay of Street Fighter V, today's much more laid-back stream is much appreciated. I think we all need a breather, okay? So, this should be pretty fun. If you were not here for the last stream of Dragon Quest, basically the world has opened up in a big way. We got the ability to fast travel via these columns of light. And I believe that I was in the midst of exploring some of the areas that you can explore by traveling in these columns of light. And I don't particularly remember what we're in the middle of right now. I know we are in the middle of something interesting. But I'm not 100% on what we're doing right now. I can't 100% remember where we left off. So it should be pretty good. All right. It should be a fun stream. I hope you guys are ready. Right now, again, this is a big opportunity for us to kind of interact and have fun talking with each other. So I hope that you guys are open to chill and chat it up and just have some laid back fun. Okay? Now, later tonight, on my second stream, we will be doing The Walking Dead, the final season, episode 2. This may or may not be the final piece of content ever from Telltale. Reason being is they laid everyone off who was working on this game. So, basically, there's no one to make the episodes. And everyone was kind of up in arms saying, now, wait a minute, we all paid for a whole season, and you're basically ripping us off. How can this be? Well, Telltale yesterday announced, now many partners have stepped forward and expressed interest in possibly finishing the final season of The Walking Dead. So we'll have more information on episodes 3 and 4 in the future. And everyone's like, wait a minute. So what you're telling us is you basically released everyone from your company who was making this game, and now you're going to now work with other people. So other people are going to get paid to make the other episodes, not the original people who worked their asses off to make this game. And there was a big uproar on social media overnight about this. Basically, thousands of people raging, saying, well, fuck you. You just released 300 people, didn't give them any severance pay. They're now all unemployed and desperately searching for work. And now you're going to give your game over to someone else to finish? Like, how fucked up is that? How about instead of that, you finish the game and hire the same people who were working on it to fix it, and you actually pay them for their work? So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't. But tonight, at least for the foreseeable future, this will be the final piece, of Telltale content. We're going to check out this final episode. I've heard it's just over 2 hours long, so I may get tonight's stream started a little bit earlier than usual to try to get it wrapped up, okay? So that's tonight. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm going to be going back to Shadow of the Tomb Raider, because from what I was told from when I played it, Sunday, I only basically would be able to beat it within maybe 2 more sessions. I have maybe anyway from 5 to 8 hours in order to finish up the game, depending on how much more side content I do. So tomorrow's main gameplay session will be more Shadow of the Tomb Raider, okay? And then tomorrow night I'll be doing even more Dragon Quest 11. So we're going to get a lot of Dragon Quest 11 in this week, okay? Thursday is a special event, and I hope that you guys, if you can at all swing by on Thursday, I hope you will. It's going to be a marathon-style stream. That means I'll be starting around the same time as usual, around 10:30 a.m. But it's going to be a stream where basically I'm watching classic content from my 10-year you know, my 10-year history, my 10-year body of work as a content creator for the internet, okay? In 10 years, I've put out an insane amount of content for you guys to watch on the internet. At the same time, my stuff has definitely changed dramatically over the years. And it's going to be the first time where basically I'll be kind of doing a retrospective, looking back at the past and reacting to some of that content that I used to put out, all right? It's going to be great. We're going to have playthroughs. We're going to have edited style content like game reviews, countdowns, year-end series. There's going to be vlogs. There's going to be Project 7. There's going to be so many things involved in this series that are going to be a lot of fun to just go back and you know, see what, you know, my 10, it's basically going to be a celebration of 10 years of hard work, as well as just reacting to the old style that I used to do, you know, the old camera quality, the old audio quality, the commentary style I used to do, how I used to sound in certain videos and the like, and, you know, comparing that with all the modern stuff, right? So yeah, it should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. And I certainly hope that you guys will will check that out on Thursday. Again, it's going to be a marathon style, where all day we're just kind of hanging out together on stream and casually watching all this content together. And it should be fun. It should be a great way to celebrate my 10-year anniversary, which officially, I didn't even know this. It's October 2nd is officially my 10-year anniversary, which I didn't know. I thought it was actually the last week of September. It's not. It's October 2nd. So it'll be a great way to end September, and it'll be a great way to celebrate that 10-year anniversary. So swing by on Thursday, okay? All right, Friday will be another session, a double stream day, and it's going to be Life is Strange 2 premiering on my first gameplay stream on on Friday. And then I'm on the fence about what the second stream should be. Maybe it'll be more Street Fighter V with Sagat, since I'm actually enjoying playing with him. Maybe it'll be more Tomb Raider. Maybe it'll be Dragon Quest. I'm kind of leaving it open right now. I don't want to commit to anything on the second stream on Friday. That way I leave myself open to flexibility for a fun way to end the stream. Okay? So let's see how it goes. But this is a great week. It's a great way to start the fall. It's a great way to end September. Because keep in mind, guys, next week, holy shit, do we have a ton of new content next week. Mega Man 11, Fist of the North Star, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and the Forza Horizon 4 also is releasing next week, although I don't even know if I'll be playing it. And then pretty much non-stop new game releases till the end of October, including WWE 2K19, Black Ops 4, Soul Calibur 6, and Red Dead Redemption 2. So, holy crap. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out, okay? So I hope you guys are excited for all the fun stuff, the variety of stuff coming out this week, the 10th anniversary celebration, and then next week starting strong in October with all those new game releases, okay? It should be pretty damned sweet, in my opinion. Okay. Only one brief thing that I want to say here in stream chat before we get started with today's plugs and then the shout-outs and everything. Very simply put, yesterday we had drama in the stream chat when I wasn't even paying attention to it because I was doing my pre-stream. I was doing my plugs or whatever. And we had some drama. Guess what? The drama's, you know, taken care of. I've spoken to all parties involved and taken care of all of it, and everything's fine. So there's no reason for anyone to bring up any drama, to come in and try to stir more drama. At this point, just addressing it creates more. And as you guys know, let's be very honest about this. Recently, everything here's been good, right? Everything on the streams has been great. Attendance has been up. People have been enjoying no matter what game I play. They've been able to chill and have fun without drama. It's been very drama-free. There hasn't been any negativity. There's been no problems. Everything's been good recently. And I think the thing is that yesterday, because there was a small amount of drama, the people who latch onto that because they have very boring fucking lives and all they try to do is cause more and or you spin the drama to get attention for themselves. Those people, I believe, have latched on to this little bit of drama that happened yesterday to try to blow it out of proportion to make it act like it's something important or significant or something that it's not. In reality, it was something that lasted about 15, 20 minutes tops, and then once gameplay started, it all ended. So I don't even know where it's all coming from. Quite frankly, at all. I don't understand because it's all over-exaggerated crap as usual. my opinion and my recommendation, stay away from that crap. If you're here to have fun and just chill with me on the stream, then just do so. And there's no reason to even talk about it, right? So that's all I'm going to say, because already I did see a lot of people coming into the stream chat today. What's going on with that? What's going on? Nothing. It's literally been completely over-exaggerated and blown out of proportion by people who are just looking to get attention, because there's nothing going on. There's no drama with DSP now. And because of that, these people are so fucking bored that they're trying to stir the pot. And so just ignore it, okay? And the truth is, if anyone tries to stir the pot today, just forewarning, I'm not going to put up with it. This is a very chill Dragon Quest stream, and people don't want to come in and hear about all negative nonsense and drama. So if you try to stir that pot, you will find yourself getting a boot to your ass, and you'll be right out the door, okay? So just a forewarning, I'm saying this up front. None of that crap today. Today's going to be a very positive, fun, chill stream, and that's how I'm approaching it, and that's it. We're moving on from the crap, okay? There you go. All right, so let's continue. Let's get to the plugs segment, my friends, okay? Let's talk. 10 years, guys. 10 years is a pretty great accomplishment for anything. 10 freaking years that I've been a content creator on the internet. Just think about that. A decade of my life, a little bit less than a third of my life has been dedicated to video games, to covering video games, playing video games, and entertaining you guys, while at the same time, obviously, entertaining myself as well, right? Sharing my passion with you. And I, in all honesty, even though no one, I don't think, has ever actually officially measured anything, I'm pretty much the most prolific content creator on the internet. If you actually look at my body of work from the last 10 years, I've created more gameplay videos and content for one man than anyone else. Yes, there are people who put out more videos, but typically it's teams of people, right, who've shared responsibility. If you just look at someone who's dedicated himself to what he does for 10 years, I put out more content than most. All right? So all that being said, thanks for 10 awesome years, guys. It really has been a wild ride. It's awesome to now be celebrating my 10th anniversary. And, thanks for all of your support for allowing me over the years to continue to do what I love, okay? All that being said, as you guys know, this year was a tough year because of YouTube's problems, a million different problems with YouTube. I'm not even going to get into them at this point, but it's been your overwhelmingly positive support via various methods that have kept me going and allowed me to keep doing this for a living, and I'm incredibly grateful. So if you are a stream viewer or a video watcher on YouTube, okay, and you like my content and you want to see it continue, you love the daily live streams, you love the daily free content on YouTube in particular, maybe you really love the longer format videos now that I'm putting out on YouTube. By the way, I should bring up my subs continue to grow on a daily basis. Okay, they do. They continue to grow on a daily basis, which is pretty damned awesome. So thanks for that. But if you want to see all this continue, please consider supporting me in various ways. There are many ways you can go above and beyond just being a stream viewer or video watcher, and we're going to cover those ways right now. All right? All right. So, first off, there's my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges, okay, contribute to my monthly Patreon campaign. They help me to afford everything around here, all right? But they earn you personal perks, basically reward levels for how much that you contribute. In particular, in my opinion, the best level is the $5 level. If you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon on a monthly basis, you get the ability to nominate and then vote on special events. And this particular month, if you pledge $5 or more, you'll be nominating and then voting for horror-themed video games for my upcoming Halloween Horror Marathon, and you'll be voting on the kind of costume that I'll be wearing for the Halloween event, okay? So you get double rewards, double control this month by pledging $5 or more. Please consider it. There's only 6 days left for you to pledge to my Patreon and have it count for the month of September. So with only 6 days to go, you're running out of time in order to pledge and become part of the Halloween madness, all right? Thanks to anyone who has pledged to my Patreon already. I appreciate your ongoing support. And by the way, this $5 perk level is not the only perk level. There are many perks that you can get, including text or verbal thank yous in my videos. You can get a private Q&A video made. You can get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King. For all the details, check it out at patreon.com/darksidephil. And thanks to everyone who has contributed. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a moment to give credit to those who contributed in the month of August. These people not only nominated and voted on games for the Patron's Choice event that one of them just completed, Max Payne, right? And we're going to have Phoenix Wright coming up in the future, probably in December or January, thanks to these guys. But they're currently also nominating indie games. Indie games for an upcoming Indie Games Marathon that's going to happen sometime in October. All right, so thanks to the following patrons for August for all of your support. All right, so again, thanks to all of those patrons. Appreciate it very much. All right, moving on. Another way that you can contribute and help me out is to check out my Teespring store at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming, where I'm selling all kinds of stuff. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, and mugs. Anything that you get from my store helps me out, but also you get a cool collectible out of the deal. FYI, there's a 10th anniversary line of product that is there for sale, and I've been wearing those shirts very frequently recently, so please consider checking it out. All right, thanks to anyone who buys anything from my Teespring shop, much appreciated. Now, for those of you who are here live on the stream, all right, and you want to get some cool interactivity during today's stream, in particular, as I've already mentioned, Dragon Quest is a pretty slow-moving chill game, especially because it's turn-based combat, okay? Not too, it's not like, it doesn't demand tons of immediate attention, you see what I'm saying? Which means it leaves a lot of time open for interaction with you guys. If you would like to get a shout-out during the stream, if you either cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, it ensures that you will get a shout-out. However, understand that it is very subjective what I read on my stream, and there's a few criteria that you should follow if you are seeking to get a shout-out. The first is, please be positive. Don't bring in insults to myself or other stream chatters or other content creators. Please don't bring in drama. We've already mentioned no drama on today's stream. No reason to bring up negative videos, negative crap that people are talking about outside of the stream, okay? I'm not about that stuff. For me, it's about positivity and just enjoying the love of gaming and ignoring all the outside crap. And I think a lot of people have appreciated that emphasis this year. And that's what I want to keep doing during this very busy hardcore gaming season, okay? Please, no politics or religion. Those are very divisive topics that people always disagree on and cause problems. So we're not going to talk about that during a gameplay stream that's supposed to be chill. And in general, guys, please just try to be nice to each other and have fun. You know, most people do get it, and my streams end up usually being quite entertaining and chill and fun. However, every once in a while, you do get people who sadly want to just stir the pot. They want to cause problems. They don't understand why we're really here. And, you know, so that's why it's subjective what I read on my stream. There's no obligation that I'm definitively going to read every single thing that's cheered or whatever. Okay, guys? All right. Let us now continue. If you would like to go a step further and you would like to get a nice animation to play on today's stream, If you either cheer 50 bits or more in a single cheer, if you tip me $5 or more in a single tip, or if you click on the share button after subscribing to the channel, you'll get a fun thank you animation to play, and it's a cool way to get both visual and verbal recognition for your contributions. Okay, guys? All right, now in addition to all that, as you guys can see, a few things have reset. First of all, on the top of your streams, we've got the stream stats leaderboard that is based on bits. This is a built-in one for Twitch, and as you can see, that reset yesterday. Obviously, we had already some very significantly big contributors this week, and I'm very grateful for that. If you cheer, you have a chance to get up on that leaderboard depending on, your contribution level, all right? Excuse me. But in addition to that, as you guys can see at the very top of the stream itself, okay, not the stream chat, but the stream, I have my own stream stats leaderboard that I use to track things such as total subs, all right, the current top cheerer for the day, and the current top tipper for the day. So if you are the current top cheerer or the top tipper, you'll get extra recognition here at the top of the stream, and it's it's another way every day to kind of get more recognition, for stuff going on during various gameplay and the like, okay? One final thing before we start to get shout-outs here. By the way, what's up, Concrete Casket? Good to see ya. One final thing. If you were gifted a subscription this month, which, by the way, a ridiculous amount of people on this channel were. I believe around 600 subs were gifted on this channel this month. It is September here on Twitch. It's a special event where if you wish to extend your subscription an additional month, you can do so for only $1. The catch here, the caveat, is that you must renew that subscription by the end of this month. So you only have 6 days left to renew that subscription for the dollar rate. If you wait until October, sadly, the price will go back up to the normal $5 a month resub cost, okay? So please consider renewing your subscriptions if you have them. It's a great time to do it and save some money, especially if you've been enjoying all the fun emotes. The fact that you don't have to watch advertisements when I run them, the cool chat crown badge, everything that you guys have getting as a benefit. Please consider resubbing. And by the way, in the near future, I may be adding a few more emotes. I'm actually waiting on some people to submit some emotes for approval, and because we do have the ability to add some more. So especially next month with all the new games coming out, I get the feeling we'll get some new emotes into the mix. All right. All right, guys. So that is it for the plugs. Now let's get to shout-outs. For those who have contributed, let's go ahead and, jump right into the mix. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to start with people who contributed overnight. These are people who cheered, subbed, or tipped when I was not even on the stream, okay? So thanks to the following people. We have Genetic Gamer, who cheered, and he said, Phil, I feel that there are detractors who come into your chat and pretend to be fans. You'd think if you do not like something or someone, you would stay away from it. Why do you think these detractors keep trying to interact with you when they clearly don't like you? I think that there are different groups of people who watch my content. I think, yes, there are the people who are staunch fans. They like everything I put out, and they'll come by no matter what game I'm playing, and they'll hang out with me no matter what because they enjoy myself and my personality. They like the stream chat, and they just want to chill. Then I think there are people who come by dependent on the game that I'm playing. Maybe they don't particularly like to see me play a JRPG, but they love it when I try to learn a fighting game and play a competitive match, and I rage when lag comes into effect, etc., right? There's people who just come by when I play games like Dark Souls and the like, and I understand that, okay? Then there's people who come by literally just to troll. They'll only come by when I'm going to be playing a game that seems like it'll cause me rage, all right? And their whole enjoyment that they get out of the stream is seeing me get frustrated and or struggle with the game and then basically laugh at me. So they're not laughing with me. These are people who are here just to deride me and laugh at me, okay? And then you've got the fourth case, which I think is the people who the Genetic Gamer is referencing. People who really just don't like me and they come in and try to impersonate, like, oh, I'm a stream viewer and I'm a fan of Phil. And then they're just waiting, they're biding their time so that they can do a cheer with something really nasty in it. Or, they can wait and do some insult or reference a detractor. And the reason they do this is because basically they're trying to get attention for themselves. In reality, they can't actually get any kind of positive attention for themselves in their real lives. So they figure if they could get some kind of negative attention on a streamer's stream, this is something that at least they got noticed, right? Because they're so insignificant on this planet that they actually think that getting some kind of negative attention or reinforcement on some random streamer's stream actually gives them some kind of value or worth. When in reality, it's actually quite the opposite. It just shows that they have no value or actual positive worth, in existence. And they have to basically try to find themselves be known in any way, shape, or form. Okay, that's trolling 101. I mean, a lot of people will try to disguise trolling and sugarcoat it and say, "Oh, trolling is just innocent fun." In reality, it's not. In reality, what it is, it's people who are pathetic who just want to get attention. Because the bottom line is, if they had enough positive attention on their own lives, they wouldn't be trying to do negative stuff. You know what I mean? Why would you be toxic to other people? If you have so much positive stuff going on in your life, you would want to focus on that. You see what I mean? And that's really the core of trolling. It's a mental condition when you really think about it. Someone who's just so messed up, their life is so worthless, and or they get no value out of anything positive they're doing in their life that they have to now turn it into some negative vibe against someone else who has positivity in their life. So, yeah, there's a group of people who will come in here and just do that stuff. In particular, you see it with people who cheer or tip, and because they want to see that negative thing they're saying on the screen. Oh my God, did you see that negative thing I said on Phil's stream? Now, in reality, none of it affects anything. They're literally paying me to say stupid shit, which makes no sense at all because no one even pays attention to it, and I don't read it out, and I ignore it, and basically they're paying me for nothing, and literally they think they're getting value out of something that has zero value. That's really the truth of the matter. That's just being honest about the situation. Yeah, to normal people, that makes no sense. People like you and me look at that and say, so you're going to come to someone's stream who you don't like, you're going to waste your time watching that entire stream, then you're going to pay money, actual money, to try to get recognition for something negative you're going to say just to get banned anyway. Yeah, and they actually think that's worth their time. Figure that one out. It just makes no sense, right? It really does make no sense, but that's life. The life of a streamer, right? All right, so moving on. Thank you to Golden Colts for a 75-bit cheer. Wakama Zanzibar did a lot of cheering, including 105 bits, then 25 and 35 bits. And then Genetic Gamer cheered again, 25 bits. Thanking Wakama Zanzibar for some of his cheers. Wakama Zanzibar did another few cheers. Then we have someone whose name I can't read, because this is one of the people who, a really positive cheer and message, but it's a name that you shouldn't say on Twitch. So I'm just going to read the positive message, which is, as someone with experience in continuous improvement and 10 years of experience as an entertainer on the internet, what would you say is YouTube's biggest issue? What steps do you think they should take moving forward? At this point, YouTube's real biggest issue is that they've allowed the business to run them, rather let them run their own business. And what I mean by that is they, through automation, allowed everyone to basically upload whatever the hell they wanted. They created the Wild West, and they had all automated algorithms and the like running the business, to the point now the business is completely toxic, uncontrollable, unfixable, in my opinion, unless they were to hire thousands of new employees to tackle the job of actually running the site properly. I don't see how they could ever fix it. Everything's automated, so everyone gets flagged for demonetization. Everyone gets channels, suspended, deleted for spam, and it's all automated crap. My channel was apparently flagged for invalid click activity when there was no AdSense account against the channel at all. So there was no way that it could have been invalid click activity. There was nothing to have invalid clicks against. But that's what I mean. Like, when everything's automated, it's garbage, the whole site, because they wanted to have people come into the site and be able to upload whatever they wanted with no limitations. But when you do that, when you have a self-policing community, you basically open yourself up to insane amounts of illegal activity, to activity that's going to lead itself to stuff that advertisers are not going to want to run ads on. And what you've seen over the 10 years that I've used YouTube is a website that used to be a very positive, fun place for people who had passion and people who had talent, but didn't have a lot of money or funding or to produce their content or distribute it, would go to YouTube to get noticed. Look, I have no money, but I could put a funny video on YouTube, or I could put a video of me singing or a video of me acting on YouTube and actually get noticed for having talent. You know what I mean? Now, YouTube is literally the place where you kids go for toxic content. You want to see the latest defamatory crap about celebrities, about, gamers, about any kind of shit. You want to see people do ridiculously unsafe, irresponsible, immature pranks against each other. You want to see people just slander each other constantly. That's where you go. You go to YouTube. And it's sad because it's a complete polar opposite of what the site used to be. And in the 10 years, they've literally ruined their own business, which is why they've lost so many advertisers. You know, you can say, oh, that's just Phil saying that. Just look concretely at the evidence of the business. How little money you can make on YouTube versus how much you used to be able to because the website degraded the way it did, and advertisers said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So, what would I do to improve it? Honestly, I don't know if it's fixable. You would have to hire thousands of employees to do the work of crap algorithms, in order to actually start turning the site around, and I don't think YouTube or Google is ever going to do that. To them, we grew too big, and there's no way that we could manage this site. Well, too bad, that's your fault. You're the one who created the business model, not the users. You did. You created the monster, and now you can't. It's like you created the Frankenstein monster, but now you can't control it, so it just rampages through the fucking town, destroying everything. Oh, well, it's not our fault. Yes, it is. It's your fault. You're the one who created the terrible business model. You're the ones who are the monopoly on it because of the way that you built the business model, and now you can't run your own site. That's your fault. So, I have no sympathy for Google or YouTube employees. Sorry. The way the business is because they ruined it through automation and the horrible choices of their management. And the only way to fix it would be basically to end automation and have people come in to do the work to clean the site up, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. The flip side of that is take a look at Twitch. Twitch, where actually people do review all cases, and how many people have been removed from Twitch for doing toxic content and stuff that's just against the philosophy of the business. And it's not, on Twitch, let's be honest here, it's not all about the money, because we've seen many people who brought in tons of money for Twitch get Das Boot, if anything, okay? So, I don't even know what else to say, but, that's why I focus primarily on my Twitch presence and my Twitch streaming. And yes, I still use YouTube as an archive of my gameplay, but there's no way in hell I'm focusing on YouTube in the current day. That would be a waste of my time, because I know it's a completely unmanageable beast. If I were to turn my comments back on YouTube videos within, 2 minutes, you'd have 100 toxic, nasty kids posting disgusting things all over the videos. It's just a mess. That website is a lost cause, in my opinion. Okay. Shout out to Welcome Zanzibar, who did a couple more cheers overnight. And then T-Dubs cheered. He said, another Tuesday, which means another laundry day for me. Ready to enjoy a stream. Here's some bits for a fun and positive stream. Enough with any pointless drama. I completely agree with you. All right, T-Dubs just cheered again. He said, finish watching Max Payne on YouTube. The ending was entertaining and definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, those final couple stages of Max Payne are pretty insanely, ridiculously tough. That final stage where they expect you to, on the fly, figure out you have to shoot down 2 cables and a radio tower while sending these enemies at you, one of which has a grenade launcher who can insta-kill you. I mean, ugh. But I did get it done. I enjoyed it. It is a classic from 2001. It certainly showed me where a lot of the gameplay style mechanics and also a lot of the design elements of future games came from, the noir style that Max Payne has in its story delivery and the like, right? Definitely, I get the feeling inspired many other games in the future. So even though the game's very outdated at this point, didn't age very well, I had a lot of fun playing it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it too. All right, Genetic Gamer Cheers says, what is the criteria used to pick which game you play? If too many games get released in 1 month, do you pick which one you play based on viewer attendance or how badly you personally want to play it? It's a unique combination of factors. All right. A very unique combination of factors. Number one, and this is primarily, I would say the first criteria I use when judging if I'm going to play a game or not. Is it a game that I personally have interest in playing, and or something that maybe from the past that I've played and enjoyed, or something that I've always wanted to play and never played before? That's going to help me determine. So I'll give you an example here. In the month of October, that first week of October, there's 4 games coming out. There's Mega Man 11, Forza Horizon 4, Fist of the North Star, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'll tell you right now, based on previous experience and games that I want to play the most, I'm definitely playing Mega Man 11 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Mega Man, I've been a lifelong fan of. I grew up playing the Mega Man games on NES. Mega Man 2 and 3 are still my personal faves in the entire series. I've played almost every major Mega Man game in the franchise over the years for YouTube. And we haven't had a major release in the Mega Man franchise since, what, 2010? 2000, it was either 2009 or 2010. So, 8 plus years is a long time to wait. And I'm definitely pumped for Mega Man. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, obviously Assassin's Creed, a great long-standing franchise. I've played most of those games. I never played the first one, but I played most of the other games for YouTube and or the internet. And I want to see their new outing. Did they actually manage to 2 years straight put out great games, or is this going to be the Assassin's Creed Unity year where the game is shitty because they just released one last year and now they rushed out another one, right? So those are the two I'm most interested in. Fist of the North Star, like, everyone likes that anime. It's an anime that kind of created a lot of things that became long stays in the whole kind of manga anime culture. In particular, combat, fighting games, and alike. A lot of stuff is based off of Fist of the North Star. But I don't really know what the game is, quite frankly. I haven't really followed it. And I don't know if it's going to be something that's going to have long-standing value. Or if it's one of these flash-in-the-pan games where I do one stream and people are like, okay, we've seen it enough. We don't want to see it anymore. Like, for example, God Hand. God Hand, which I just played last month for an indies kind of marathon, was fun for one session, but I don't think anyone really is dying to see me go back and do a full playthrough of it. You see what I mean? So do I really want to sink money into Fist of the North Star, play it once, and then no one ever wants to see it again? I don't know. Then you got Forza Horizon 4. Now, I'll be honest with you. Forza Horizon 3, when I played it 2 years ago, was quite entertaining and ended up being a very underrated game, in my opinion, for the stuff that I played that year. I think primarily it's because I don't usually play racing games, and so it was surprising to a lot of people that I even played it. But seriously, like, that game was well put together. The only thing I didn't like about Forza Horizon 3 was that they forced you to do certain challenges that I didn't enjoy, like the drift challenges. I just don't give a fuck about drifting. I'm not into car culture. So for me, driving these awesome cars with great graphics across, the country was a lot of fun and entertainment. But then when I had to do this stupid challenge that I didn't enjoy, it kind of took away from the gameplay experience. But I absolutely enjoyed Forza Horizon 3. The problem being Forza Horizon 4 is releasing during a month when there's so much other shit coming out that I don't even know if I would be able to enjoy it even if I decided to play it, because what would I play it once a week? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to have a lot of time to dedicate to that game with all these other new crazy releases coming out in October. So I'm not necessarily saying, oh, I'm eliminating it from the running, because I know people do like to see me play driving games, but I don't know how I would fit it into the mix, see? So that right there is my first impressions on how I judge what I'm going to play, okay? Then, now that I've said all that, now I factor in things like outside opinion. Like, now that I've said that publicly on stream, I'm sure some people will contact me and say, well, Phil, you should or should not play those games for this reason, right? I'm sure we'll have people who will jump in and say, no, you got to play Forza Horizon. And then other people will flip and say, oh no, don't play Forza Horizon. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get all these big opinions that are coming in, and based on those opinions, maybe I'll make a decision to play something or not play something. Okay. Another opinion or another factor is performance. So maybe I play a game, and all of a sudden, no one likes it. Wow, this game is not a fun game to watch, even though it may be a fun game for you to play, Phil. We're just not enjoying watching you play it at all on the stream. The stream was boring. The stream really didn't engage or grip most of us. A lot of times, I'll play a new release, and we don't know what it is. And then all of a sudden, by the time the stream ends, the first stream, most people have left and said, we don't like this, right? And, that happens. But on the flip side of that, sometimes I'll play a game that doesn't necessarily have a grip on the viewing audience, but I can turn that stream into something entertaining. Perfect example here, Dragon Quest XI. This is a turn-based RPG, slow-moving. There's not a lot of action going on in the game. But because we've been able to make these streams interactive, we talk about stuff. We discuss the things in the game together on the stream chat. We get stuff going during these streams. It's not just about the game. Because we engage each other, these streams have actually turned out to be very entertaining, very chill, and people who appreciate me taking the time to play a long and lengthy, drawn-out JRPG during a very busy gaming season have come and contributed during the streams and said, yes, Phil, we appreciate this. Please keep doing it. So it's not even like, oh, no one's showing up and now I can't pay the bills. It's the opposite. People appreciate me going outside the box. Most people have not continuously been playing Dragon Quest XI. Maybe they played a little bit of it and then they moved on to other stuff because they felt, oh, it's not engaging my stream. It's the opposite for me. I've found a way to make it engaging to the stream and made it viable for a lengthy playthrough, okay? So pretty awesome. And, here's hoping that we can keep this going. We can keep the positivity going. We can keep, the interaction going. We can keep it all going for a fun and lengthy playthrough, because I've heard this game's around 80 hours long, and right now I believe I'm, like, between 20 and 30 hours in. So we're not even at the halfway point yet of the game. You know what I mean? So we gotta keep it entertaining. We gotta keep it going, and understand that, especially in the month of October, this probably won't be a game that I'll get to play often. Maybe I'll be doing it as nighttime streams, but I am gonna keep it up. I'm not gonna quit on this game at all. I refuse, because I love it. I really like this game. This game is right up my alley for the kind of game that I enjoy, and I've been wanting to play kind of a laid-back JRPG for a while. And I was pissed that I wasn't able to play games such as Final Fantasy IV or Suikoden or any of these games that I've wanted to play recently. And now I finally get to play a new one, and I'm really pumped and excited for it. So thank you guys. Okay, so there you go, Genetic Gamer. What an answer. Thanos Swaggins Charity says, I love how people were all pissed off about the potential of not getting episodes 3 and 4 out of The Walking Dead, but then when Telltale released a statement with a glimmer of hope, the people are like, fuck that shit, pay your employees first. Like, yeah, that is more important than the game, but everyone was bitching about not getting the final 2 episodes more than the employees before the statement was released. Thanos, Swaggins, I think, honestly, the initial reaction is, fuck, we all paid for a season, and now we only got half the season. How's that fair? And then when we heard all the horror stories, that all the employees were released without severance pay and everything, we were all like, well, that's horrible, right? Then, now we're going to continue to make the game with other people. Well, fuck that. I think everyone's like, well, up in arms. Well, fuck it. No, we don't want it then. I don't think it's a hypocritical reaction at all. I think the initial reaction is, we want what we paid for, so get those people back in the fucking office to make the game and pay them. And then, now that they said, we'll make the game, but by the way, it's going to be with new partners. Well, fuck you. No, we don't want you making any more money. We don't want you employing any other people. We want you fucking getting the people back in there who deserve it, the people who put their blood, sweat, and tears into this goddamn game to finish this fucking game and pay their asses too, instead of running your company like shit because you're a bunch of irresponsible assholes. I think that's the major reaction we're getting from social media. I don't think it's a hypocritical reaction at all. At least that's my take. I received a $1 tip from Clementine Returns, saying, Telltale says multiple potential partners have stepped forward to express interest in helping see the final season through to completion. No promises are being made, but they're actively working towards a solution, allowing episodes 3 and 4 in some form. Yes, we've been talking about it all morning. So thank you for the $1 tip, Clementine Returns. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Appreciate that. And I guess it remains to be seen what the hell's going to happen with this game in the future. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. This is me being very honest. If it comes to the point where we find out they are going to make episodes 3 and 4, but it's with new workers, those workers are basically scabs. For those of you who don't know, the way that it works in this industry is if there is a mass layoff, or if there is a protest where people go on strike, and if a company then hires replacement workers to come in and do the work, they're called scabs. That's actually the name of it. And what it is basically, there's a big gaping wound on this company, but the scabs are the people who come to patch it up and allow the company to keep operating. I don't believe Telltale deserves that. And this is me being honest. I don't think that Telltale should be hiring new people to come make this game. It should be the original people. So I'm going to play episode 2 later tonight. All right. And if they do not rehire the same people who worked on this up to now to finish it, I'm not playing episodes 3 and 4. I don't care. To me, they don't exist. Okay? They don't exist. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. And other people shouldn't be getting paid for the hard work that these people busted their asses to make and put out this game, and then get fucking thrown to the wolves with no recognition, no severance pay, nothing, because the management of the company ran it into the fucking ground with terrible business decisions. So I refuse. I'll play the episode tonight. We'll see how it goes. And based on the information moving forward, we'll determine if I play the rest of the season. Okay? All right, by the way, shout out to Rafar Pontes, who just decided to renew the subscription that he was gifted from Tutankhamun. So thank you very much, Rafar, for taking advantage of that. The $1 September discount to renew the sub. So thank you very much. Okay. So Hardy Buck did a cheer talking about negative stuff with detractors, even though he's referencing that I guess a detractors channel was shut down off of YouTube. I know nothing about it. I'm not involved in it, and I don't care. So I say thank you, Hardy Buck, for the cheer, but this is exactly the kind of stuff we don't want talking about on the stream. So therefore, I'm not going to, definitely not going to be addressing this, okay? All right. Shout out to Knows Nobody, who did 100-bit cheers and hey, Phil, do you have a favorite anime movie? Man. Well, I'd have to think. I would basically have to think about all the different anime movies I've seen over the years. I've seen many Dragon Ball anime movies. I've seen Pokemon movies. I've seen the Cowboy Bebop movie. I've seen some Studio Ghibli movies. I would probably say maybe Spirited Away, because Spirited Away was the first standalone anime movie I believe I ever saw that didn't have a tie to, say, an ongoing manga. And it blew me away. The art style, the very uniqueness of the plot. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Spirited Away. Even though a lot of people would probably say something like Akira or something like that, I think Spirited Away is my favorite. There you go. All right, shout out to Hardy Buck, who cheered again, and then he's again trying to stir the pot. I'm not going to respond to that, so, you know, please stop. Eternal Napalm did a 75-bit cheer, says, do you think we are alone in the universe? When you say we, I'm assuming you mean the human race or the creatures on Earth. And when you say, are we alone in the universe? No, I do believe that there's other kind of life out there. I don't know if it's sentient life that eventually is going to evolve to the point where it travels the universe to try to seek out other sentient life to interact and share information with. But I do believe that there probably is other life out there somewhere in the universe. It's a big place. All right, shout out to Neo Perpetual Man 94, who resubbed to the channel for the 4th month in a row. And he says, hey, dude, been away from streams to catch up on YouTube. Excited for games later this season. Me too. The month of October is going to be insane. The month of November should be all right. It's going to have a slow start now because both Walking Dead games are supposed to be Overkill's Walking Dead as well as the next episode of the Telltale game. But basically, both have been eliminated. So it looks like actually early November is going to be pretty dead. But then it will pick up with games like Hitman 2 and Fallout 76 and Spyro, the Spyro Trilogy Collection, Battlefield 5, Darksiders 3. It's still going to be a pretty busy month once we get into the major releases of November. So the next 2 months in particular, October and November, are going to be very game heavy, very exciting. I think everyone's going to be pumped and excited for the new content and the new gameplay. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Next couple of months are going to be great. Rock the Ice cheers said, what's poppin'? What's poppin', Rock the Ice? I'm ready for a nice chill stream today. Yesterday was a very, very high octane, high stress kind of streaming with Max Payne. You know, the conclusion was very challenging and kind of cheap, to be quite honest. And then last night, you know, playing Street Fighter V is a mixed bag for me because I always love playing fighting games, but I really don't like a lot of the elements of Street Fighter V. And I'm playing Sagat, which is a character that's more my style, but sadly Sagat isn't a great character in the game overall. So it's kind of a balance, you know what I mean? But it was kind of a stressful day versus today, being more laid back, turn-based combat, exploration. It's going to be a more chill, a chill experience for today's stream. So, all right, Ratio 91 is resubbed for the 4th month in a row and says, woohoo, to numero quattro. Thank you very much for 4 months of support, Ratio 91. I appreciate that. All right, Eternal Napalm cheered. It says, how big of a dumbass must you be to pay someone you hate and waste your time just to try to get attention? You got to be a pretty big dumbass. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You got to be a pretty huge, gaping dumbass in order to do that. But They literally think they're getting attention. Wow, I have no attention, positive attention in my real life. Let me get negative attention on someone else's positive stream. Yeah. They think that it like hurts or wow, I could watch a video back on YouTube where my name was plastered on the video for 5 seconds, a message no one read, something negative I said about Phil. Who cares? In reality, no one cares. It's hilarious because they're paying me, but, it's just stupid. I don't know what else to say. You can't help stupid. All right, Rock the Ice Cheer. This is Did I Miss the Telltale discussion? We already talked about it twice, so I'm not going to get into it again. Welcome to Zanzibar Cheer. He says, I agree with you. The trolls are sick. They don't have anything to accomplish with their pathetic lives. CM Fool has resubbed for the 22nd month in a row. He's a CM Fool with the monthly Bannerlord 3 report. Here's hoping that the game actually comes out in our lifetime. Yes, every once in a while, CM Fool will come by and talk about this game Bannerlord, which is pretty funny because I still don't really know anything about it. Just what he's told me. I wonder if it'll ever come out. But anyway, thank you for the ongoing support, CM Fool. I appreciate the resub. Thank you. Welcome to Zanzibar Cheered again. Thank you. The Last Rambo did a 100-bit cheer. He says, why should a consumer care about what happens with the employees when all that matters is what you get for what you paid for? Because, yes, absolutely, there are people who only care about that. I guess what this would be a situation where if you have the ability to care, you can. You don't have to, but you can. I'll give you an example. When I go to my local grocery store, all right, I have a choice. I can either buy the orange that came from, I don't know, Zimbabwe, and it's like cheap, right? This is cheap produce. Or I can buy the produce that came from a more local farm that I want to support the fact that we can have local farms with healthy food. So you pay a little bit more for the local produce versus the produce from, Bangladesh. People make these kind of choices all the time. I'm going to buy American-made product versus the foreign product, right? So in the case of The Walking Dead, you've already bought the game, right? But you want to care about the people who made the game. These are the people who brought you these riveting narrative-based experiences for the past 8+ years, and you actually care about these employees because of the amazing gameplay experiences they've brought you. You don't want to see these people now get thrown into a trash compactor and smashed into paste as if they're completely worthless automatons and they have no actual skill. And, it's a moral decision. It really is. It's a moral decision. There are people who actively will just look for the best price or actively look for the best thing to benefit them no matter what. And then there are people who will go out of their way to make active choices in their life because they feel that these are moral choices or benefits that will help others. That's the situation we're facing with the Telltale game situation right now. If you're dying to see episodes 3 and 4 and see a resolution to the story, great. But is it at the expense of people who worked their ass off for 8 years and now got thrown to the wolves with no severance pay, nothing, treated like shit? And now you're going to go and continue to, oh, well, thanks, at least I got my fucking game, right? Or are you actually going to care and you're going to make a stand? And I think that's what we're going to see is we're going to see a big change in the industry now for this kind of stuff. So, and it's okay. In my opinion, there's no definitive right or wrong answer. I just want you guys to understand that just because I feel one way doesn't mean you have to feel that way. I certainly don't know how I'm going to feel if they actually eventually do make episodes 3 and 4, but they don't actually, use the people who work their asses off to make all this happen, and they basically hire scabs to come do it. I don't know how I feel about that, and I don't know if I'm going to play it. But maybe you want to, right? That's up to you. That's your choice, you know what I mean? Okay. So anyway, Last Rambo, you're tied for top cheer today. You're tied with Knows Nobody. Let's get you up here on the leaderboard. And now the leaderboard is insanely huge because everyone has a giant name. What the hell? Take a look at how long the Stream Stats leaderboard is. Everyone has a ginormous name. Holy shit. All right. And then shout out to Freddie Bosley. He says, I think we are the first sentient species in the universe. Maybe. Perhaps we are. Or maybe we're just the only sentient species right now within range. You know what I mean? Like maybe there are sentient species, but we're so far set apart. Or we're just in different moments in time. Maybe the real way to explore the universe isn't to move physically, but to move through time. Oh, now I've really just broken the boundaries of linear thinking. There you go. Okay. Oh, Last Rambo just did a 200-bit cheer. He says, I shall reduce the title then. So thank you, Last Rambo. Yes, you are now definitively the cheerleader for today. Let me get you up there. For your 200-bit... Ooh, what the hell? Last Ram with no O. There we go. Last Rambo. Thank you very much, Last Rambo. Appreciate that. You've shortened it for us now. Very nice. Android just cheered. He says, hi, I haven't been around a little bit, but I'm glad to see things are moving forward positively for you. Good things come to good people. Thank you, Android, for that. Yeah, you know, this is the final week of September. And I'll be honest, September has been a good streaming month. It wasn't as good as July or August was, but it was still a good month. And I think we're going to end pretty strong here with the good variety of content this week. In particular, the 10th anniversary event in 2 days could be really great. I think we're going to see some people come out to hang out and you know, hopefully get excited. A 10-year anniversary event is a pretty big one, right? And the streams have been great. You know, everything I've been doing is fun. The games have been good. I can't complain. It's, you know, sometimes you start the hardcore gaming season and everything's a dud. That didn't happen this year at all. This year, most of the games I've been playing have been quite entertaining. You know, Dragon Quest XI, Spider-Man, the Black Ops Blackout Beta, were all great. Really, really entertaining games. And we've been playing these pretty much all month. So, you know, there's other games too. Shadow of the Tomb Raider isn't bad. It's not anything to write home about, but at the same time, it's not bad. At least we're not getting, like, really big duds. We've had this year, some years we start August, September with all these great games we play, like, man, they suck. That didn't happen this year. We had a good positive start. And I think that's a good positive vibe everyone's getting now on the streams, which is great. All right. So, by the way, thank you for the cheer. Knows Nobody did 100-bit cheers. His favorite energy drink. The Kickstart drinks are my favorites. Yeah, the Kickstart energy drinks from Mountain Dew. My favorite flavor of all of them is Fruit Punch, but for some reason my local store doesn't stock it and hasn't stocked it in like 6+ months. I don't know what happened. They used to have it all the time, then they got rid of it. But I do like the Kickstart energy drinks for sure. Moonwalkman94 cheered. This is going back in time. Yes, maybe we need to go back or forward in time in order to find other sentient life. Who knows? Thank you for the cheer. El Dopa has resubbed for the 8th month in a row and says, yippee! Thank you, El Dopa, for the resub. I appreciate that very much. Yusuke14K has now cheered 300 bits to become today's cheerleader and says, it's been a while since I cheered. Oh, hold on. It's been a while since I cheered. Here's some bits. Thank you very much, Yusuke. Good to see you. Thanks for swinging by today. And thank you for the cheer. Let's get you up on there as the top cheerer. Because indeed you are. Alrighty, very nice. Okay, shout out to Thanos Swaggins, who says, I know it's very far off, but with the inclusion of Miles Morales into the first Spider-Man game, would you want to see him being the protagonist for the second game, or still Peter? Do you think they could put a Tomb Raider and make the sequel cross-platform to make more money? I think the second game should be both. I think that what you should have in Spider-Man 2 is both characters completing certain missions in the city and basically kind of being a team, much like Grand Theft Auto 5, where you could switch on the fly between the 3 main protagonists. I think that we should have these 2 guys as the protagonists, and they each have unique abilities. Like, you level up Peter, but then you level up Miles, and they get different abilities based on what you put into them. And that way you can maybe have one of them be more offensive-based. He's the powerhouse who fights, you know, straightforward, while the other guy maybe is like stealth and sneaking and web abilities and stuff. It could add a lot of variety to the game, and make it a lot less straightforward as, you know, the original Marvel Spider-Man was. I think it's a great idea, and I think that the sequel's going to be good. I really do. I got a great feeling about Spider-Man 2. With the stuff they did with the first game, now they could branch out even more. I think it's going to be even better. I do. All right, Last Rambo cheered and said, how does Shadow of the Tomb Raider compare to the last game that you did not like much? Basically, what they did with Shadow of the Tomb Raider is they tried to streamline it to become more about exploration than anything else. In Rise of the Tomb Raider, there was a lot of stealth-style combat, and I actually said this during my campaign many times. I said, when did Lara Croft become a mass murderer? Like, in the original Tomb Raider games, yeah, she used guns a lot, but it was usually against dinosaurs or demons or crazy creatures trying to stop her in tombs. You know, why on earth? And then in the original reboot of Tomb Raider, there were a lot of bloodthirsty cannibals and stuff. That made sense. Now, all of a sudden, in Rise of the Tomb Raider, she was just literally slaughtering troops, mercs, constantly. Just kill, kill, kill. And it was like, what the fuck's going on? You know, when does she become this heartless, soulless mass murderer? It doesn't even seem to fit the plot what they're doing here. So what they did in Shadow of the Tomb Raider is they scaled that back dramatically, and there's almost no combat. You know, there has been combat, but the combat's been few and far between. I think there's maybe in the entirety of the game, which I've played around 15 hours now, I think maybe there's been 3 actual major combat segments, maybe 4. And most of the time you're either fighting these crazy indigenous people who are just bloodthirsty killers or like mutated freaks. I think there was only one segment where you were actually sneaking by and killing normal like troops or mercs this time. So basically what the game is about now is about exploration, constantly using R3 on your gamepad to ping, okay, and ping items, collect items, solve a puzzle, get more items, find the hidden items, more items. The whole game's about finding items, which if you're a Tomb Raider, that's what you're supposed to do. Now, does that translate? Does that actually translate into a game that's entertaining to play? That's a subjective answer. Some people will probably say yes, and others will say, well, fuck no. You know, the gameplay really just running around collecting items and solving basic puzzles with platforming, that's not very entertaining. Other people may say, yeah, I like that. Rather than just repetitive slaughtering combat, I'd rather just, you know, Uncharted, let's face it, Uncharted, you kill about 500 people every Uncharted game. You're having automatic weapons, you're throwing grenades, you're blowing people to holy hell. It's about mass slaughter, you know? Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they changed that, but does it make it entertaining? I don't know. It's really dependent on the person. Some people will say yes, some people will say no. So, you know, to each their own, whatever your cup of tea is. For me, as I said many times, I don't think the game is bad. In fact, I think it has amazing graphics for consoles. But at the same time, I'm not like blown away. I'm not super riveted by it either. I just think it's good, but not amazing. Like, it's not anything to write home about, you know? If you were to skip Shadow of the Tomb Raider, did you miss one of the best games of the year? Not really. But then again, it's also kind of fun every once in a while, you know, so I don't know. All right, Android cheered. He says, I'm personally excited to see the 10th anniversary stream. I just started watching you when PS4 released around 2013 or 2014, so it's exciting to see stuff I missed before then, plus it sounds fun. Yeah, wait till you see, man, because a lot of the stuff we're going to be watching back is going to be stuff before direct capture. So we're talking an era when it was a shitty camera pointed at a TV, you know, the audio sounded totally different. I was a lot more irreverent back then with the stuff that I would say. It's going to be pretty wild to go back that far and see the kind of stuff that I did. So it's going to be a fun stream. Like I said, this special stream is going to be fun for longtime fans to reminisce about the old stuff. At the same time, it's for newer viewers who have maybe just started watching me in the past 3-4 years to open your eyes to what, you know, how it used to be on YouTube and everything, how different from how it is now. It's going to be fun. It's going to be very fun, so. All right, Daniel Swaggins cheered again. He says, maybe Miles will be the equivalent to the stealth missions from the first game. I hope not. What I'm hoping is that it is 2 full-fledged Spider-Man. We don't need humans sneaking around doing stealth. That was the worst part of the first game, so. Last Rambo cheered. He says, Bill Roseman, the Marvel Games executive director of Spider-Man, tweeted that the success of the PS4 exclusive will kick off a new era for Marvel console games. So does this confirm that there will be a Marvel video game universe? That'd be pretty sweet. Imagine you got Spider-Man, Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and they each have their own game franchises, and then every once in a while they could do a tie-in game where they all cross over, just like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, the potential is there for greatness. At the same time, though, I think what we don't want to do is get oversaturation, because I think what's happened with the Marvel Cinematic Universe is we get, like, now 4 or 5 Marvel movies a year, you know? I mean, just this year already, what did we have? We had Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man, and aren't we getting one more by the end of this year? If I'm correct, I thought we're getting one more. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're not. Maybe Captain Marvel's early next year, so maybe we're not. Oh, well, you know what we're doing? We're getting Venom next month, and that's not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's still a Marvel movie, but it's not set in the MCU. But you see what I'm saying? Like, when Marvel movies only came out, like, 1 to 2 times a year, I think that people are, basically you get burnout. You get burnout. And the last thing I want is, in 2020, there's going to be an Iron Man video game, a Spider-Man video game, a Wolverine video game, an Avengers video game, and then a spin-off video games, is like, I don't want to play 5 Marvel games in 1 year. I don't want my whole year to be Marvel. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people get that feeling of burnout when you oversaturate, and that's what's happened with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, we'll see what happens. Oh, that's right, Deadpool 2 also came out this year. That's a good point. So, let's see. Would I like more Marvel games? Yes. Do I want it to become, 100 Marvel games a year? No. I want them to take their time and make great games. The reason Spider-Man is such a good game, they took their sweet time developing this game and then put out a top-notch release versus, we rushed out 4 Marvel games this year. So, we don't want Pray for Rock. We don't want superhero fatigue. So, there you go. T-Dubs cheered. He says, I think the disappointment with Tomb Raider came because what we got just doesn't scream final game in the trilogy. You'd expect a balanced game that used the best features from the last 2, and that's not what we got. I agree. The first game was very linear and had a lot of combat and also had some optional tomb raiding and the like. Then the second game went open world, but ended up being a repetitive grind where a lot of people complained there was too much of the repetitive combat and stuff and not enough of the tomb raiding. Now this game, it's all about the tomb raiding and not enough of everything else. It's like they never found the perfect formula to keep the game paced enough, to keep the game moving enough. I'll be honest here, the plot of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I don't even know I don't even care. The plot is like secondary to everything else. It's like, I don't care about this fucking plot of trying to find the box that this guy now has the key for to save the world. Whatever happened, if you remember, at the very beginning of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Lara grabs this knife that's supposed to be a key, and a calamity hits. A tsunami hits the island she's on, and a bunch of people die. Oh my god. So we're like, wow. That's an interesting pace and plot for the game. Literally not a single thing has happened since then. Not an earthquake, not a volcano eruption, not a storm. So you gave us this premise to the story early on in the game. 16 hours in, nothing's happened with the plot. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what happened here? It's like they dropped the ball completely. So I don't know. I agree with you. I completely agree. With people who are criticizing the game in that regard, that I think that it definitely could have been better. And you're absolutely right. It doesn't really scream, this is the ultimate culmination of the trilogy. It doesn't feel like that at all. It just feels like, it's just another Tomb Raider game to make more money. That's really what it feels like. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's finally it for the pre-stream. I want to say thanks to everyone who cheered, subbed, and tipped. Let me go ahead and see if we can update the sub count. Subs have gone down. That sucks. We had like 5 or 6 new subs. I'm thinking, maybe the subs went up. Nope, they went down. Well, it happens, I guess. Thanks to Yusuke, who has the current top cheer, 300 bits. Thanks to Clementine Returns for the $1 tip, the only tip of today's stream. Just a reminder, guys, that this is a more chill stream. It's a laid-back, turn-based RPG. Means it lends itself a lot more to interaction. So if you guys want to talk and just kind of hang out here, that's more of the idea of this stream than other streams that I've done recently, okay? Shout out to King Gokin, who just resubbed for the 21st month in a row and says, keep up the good work, DSP. Thank you very much, King Gokin, for 21 months of support. I appreciate that. All right. That is it. Oh, wait. Insomniatic Meat just did a 100-bit cheer. He said, the weather feels nice right now. Hope you're feeling well and enjoying the weather too. Well, let me put it this way. When I'm not in my office, I'm enjoying the weather. When I'm not in my office, my house is very cool. And when I go outside, it's beautiful. Like when Kat and I had our day off this last weekend, Saturday. It was a gorgeous day. And it was raining some of the day. It was sunny some of the day. But no matter how it was perfect. I said, this is the weather I want. If it could be like this all year round and never get colder or hotter, this would be ideal. Problem is, my office here heats up. And right now, today, we don't have clouds. We have full sun. And my office is currently heating up because the sun is beating on the front of my office. So in my office, it's probably about 80 degrees, while the rest of the house is probably like low 70s. By the end of today's stream, this office will probably be about 90 degrees. And there's nothing I can do about it because I took my air conditioner out of the window. Kat and I actually have been talking about maybe getting a fan that I could put on top of the air conditioner and just have running for the next, month until finally it's going to be ended up cloudy almost every day. or until the temperatures dip even more significantly so it doesn't heat up to these crazy temperatures in the office every day. And she said she had made a list of fans to look at together, so we're going to look at that today and maybe get one because I'm hot, man. All right. Swaggins Cheers says, how long will the stream go on Thursday? Because unfortunately, I'm going to miss a good chunk of it if it ends at the usual time. No, Thursday's stream is going to be long. It's going to start around the usual time, but it's probably going to run till, the length of a normal marathon, probably till like 7-ish p.m. It all depends on how much stuff we have and a lot of what people nominate. Right now, I've got about 50 nominations of things to watch. So I'm thinking if we watch a few minutes of every one of those, you're talking 4 or 5 hours at least. And then, depending on what else between now and then, because what I'm going to do tomorrow night, I'm going to sit down and look at all the nominations, and I'm going to get all of the links so I could watch them, during the stream, just go boom, 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 and jump between the videos. So, yeah, it's going to be a lengthy stream. It's not going to be just like a normal thing. It's going to be a lot of shit to watch, okay? Rock the Ice just did a 50-bit cheer. It says, excited for WWE 2K games. Seems like they finally gave a fuck and put effort into my career. I guess we'll see. I am going to get it this year. I've decided. 2 reasons. Number 1, because they actually put a story mode into the game. And number 2, because a lot of people have been telling me it looks like my career actually is going to be good. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 77 times. I'm an idiot, but I'm still going to buy it. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Great pre-stream. A lot to talk about. A lot of people were very talkative today. A lot of topics to talk about. Let's now end the pre-stream. And let's get ready. Let's get ready to jump into Dragon Quest. You guys excited? I hope so. Thank you guys very much. And it's time for the Dragon Questing, all right? Thanks, and let's begin.